Hello, it's Missy. Thank you for watching. For today's video, I wanted to share another hair scarves compilation. It's been a few years since my last one, and all of the hairstyles in this video are different from that one, so be sure to let me know in the comment section which ones are your favorite. And all of the hair scarves that I'm using in today's video can be found in my online store, missysushop.com. I will leave a link down below in the description box. Make sure to check it out. There's a ton of really fun hair accessories. Be sure to like and subscribe, click that notification bell so you never miss any future videos, and let's get started. For the first hairstyle, I'm going to begin by dividing off a section of hair from the ears up to the top of my head and tie them off using an elastic band. Now I'm going to take my scarf and wrap it through the elastic band so the middle of the scarf is under the elastic. Then I'm going to take the ponytail and the two scarf ends and clip them out of the way. Now I'm going to divide off another section of hair, starting at my ears and going up at a diagonal up to the top of my head. I'm going to tie off this new section using another clear elastic band. And now I'm going to let down the first ponytail and divide it into two sections, so each side has a section of hair and a section of the scarf. I'm going to bring the second ponytail up through the split and clip this out of the way. And now I'm going to divide off a new section of hair, starting at my ears again and working on a diagonal up towards the crown of my head. But I'm going to include the hair and the scarf from the first ponytail, and I'm going to combine it all together, tying it off using another clear elastic band. And then I'm going to let down the ponytail that is clipped away, and I'm going to divide it into two new sections. I'm going to take the second ponytail and bring it up between the split and clip it aside again. And then I'm going to pick up the remaining hair and combine it together with the two sections of hair that I had split and tie it all together using another clear elastic band. And now I'm going to let down the ponytail that is clipped up, divide it into two sections again, both halves with a section of hair and a section of the scarf. And then I'm going to bring the bottom ponytail up through the middle and clip it out of the way. Then I'm going to combine the two sections from the first ponytail back together and tie them off using another clear elastic band. And I'm just going to repeat these steps, working my way down the section of hair, so I'm always splitting the top ponytail into two sections. I'm bringing the second ponytail up through the middle, clipping it out of the way, and then I'm going to combine the two sections from the first ponytail back together and tie them off using an elastic band. And you can work your way all the way down to the ends of the hair. I always like to leave a little bit of a ponytail at the bottom. But then once I finish all of my sections of the braid, I'm just going to go back over and kind of pull on the sides to make each section a little bit bigger and more puffy. This will just help it show up a little bit better, and I think it adds a little bit more effect to the overall hairstyle. The next style is a high bun, which I feel like ends up being a favorite, so let me know in the comments what you think about this one. So I'm going to start by brushing all of my hair to the top of my head and tie it off with a hairband. Before the last wrap of the elastic though, I'm going to bring the ends forward and then pull the hair partway through the elastic to create a loop at the back. So now I'm going to take my hair scarf and wrap it through the elastic to the middle of the scarf. And then I'm going to take the ends of the ponytail and split them into three sections to use for a braid. I'm going to add the two ends of the scarf into two of the sections as well. And I'm going to braid these three strands into a regular 3-strand braid. So I'm just crossing the side strands over the middle, alternating between the left and right side strands until the braid reaches the ends. And now I'm going to go back over the braid and pull on the edges. I'm not going to pull on the scarf at all, just the hair on the sides, so the braid is really wide. And then I'm going to tie off the end of the braid, including the hair and the ends of the scarf. Now I'm going to wrap the braid back over the bun that I initially created with the hairband. I'm going to tuck the ends of the hair under the bun and then use bobby pins to secure it in place. And it's okay if the ends of the scarf hang out. You can always tuck them up if that's what you prefer. But then I'm just going to make sure the sides of the bun are pinned down against the head, so the whole bun kind of sits flush with my head and there's no gaps or holes. And you can manipulate the bun however you need to, pulling on pieces to widen the bun in certain places while pinning down anything that is sticking out. The next hairstyle is so simple and quick and a really fun way to incorporate a scarf in your style. So what I'm first going to do is take my scarf and lay the middle over the top of my head, about an inch or so back from my hairline. I'm going to combine all of my hair together with the two ends of the scarf and tie it off with a hairband. And then I'm just going to tie the scarf in a knot over the top of the hairband, and this will help hide the hairband. Next up is the knotted low bun, and I'm going to bring all of my hair together at the nape of my neck to start this style. And then I'm going to divide it into 2 equal sections and tie off both sections using a clear elastic band. Then I'm going to tie the hair into a knot. So what I'm going to do is cross the left side over the right, then tuck it underneath and bring it up through the middle. I'm going to pull the 2 sections in opposite directions to tighten the hair against my head. And then I'm going to cross the left strand over the right strand, then tuck it underneath, wrapping it around the right section and bring it out the top again. I'm going to tighten this section of the knot above the previously tied section, and then I'm going to wrap the ends around to the bottom of the knot and tie the hair once more. Depending on how long your hair is, you might be able to skip this last knot, but either way, just make sure the ends are pointed downwards, and then if you want them hidden, they can simply be tucked underneath the bun. And then I'm going to tie the bun using my hairband, so I'm just wrapping it around the base, and this will hold it in place for the most part. If any parts of the bun are sticking out, then I'm just going to slide a bobby pin into the bun to help hold it against my head. I also made sure to close any gaps in the hair around my crown. Then I'm going to take my hair scarf and wrap it underneath the bun. I'm going to wrap it up to the top of the bun and tie it once, and then wrap it back down to the bottom of the bun and tie it once more. I really like having the ends kind of stick out the bottom. I think it just kind of adds to the hairstyle, makes it look a little bit cuter. So for the next hairstyle, I'm going to start by dividing off a section of hair. I'm creating a part starting at my ears and going downwards towards the nape of my neck. Then clipping off the top section of hair, I'm going to take my scarf and place this right along the part line in between the 2 sections and then tie it into a knot at the nape of my neck. But now I'm going to let down the top section of hair and divide off a new section that I'll be using for the little half up portion of the style. So you can kind of gauge how much or little hair you want in this part of the style. I wanted to keep most of my hair down, so I divided off mostly hair from my crown, and then I'm just going to tie this off using a clear elastic. And on the second wrap, I'm going to make a little bun, so I'm only going to pull the hair partway through, and this will make the little loop. And then I'm going to take a small piece from the ends that are left sticking out, and I'm going to wrap this twice around the little elastic band and then tuck it back through the elastic band underneath the bun. And then of course I'm going to go back over the crown section and pull on really small sections of hair, just upwards and out. This will add some dimension to the hairstyle and make it look a little bit more casual and a little bit more lived in. For the next hairstyle, I've got my hair parted on the left side, and I'm going to be doing 2 Dutch braids. So I'm picking up a section on the left side near the hairline and dividing it into 3 smaller pieces. Since I'm doing a Dutch braid where the braid sits out on top of the head, I'm going to be crossing the side strands underneath the middle strand. I'm also going to be incorporating new sections of hair into the braid, so as I continue the braid down the left side of my head, I'm going to bring in medium-sized sections from along both the hairline and from the middle of the back of my head. And then once the braid reaches the nape of my neck, I'm going to braid the section a little further down and clip off the braid so it doesn't unravel. And now with that braid done, I'm going to braid the hair on the right side into a second Dutch braid. So I'm picking up a section of hair near the hairline and dividing it into 3 smaller pieces. I'm going to cross the side strands under the middle strand and incorporate new sections of hair into the braid. I'm bringing in hair from along both the hairline and from along the middle of the back of my head. And then once the braid reaches the nape of my neck and I've brought in all of the hair from this side of my head, I'm going to continue the braid a little further down and then clip off the end of the braid. Now I'm going to create the bun portion of the hairstyle, so what I'm going to do is combine the ends of the braids together and tie it off with a hairband. On the last wrap of the hairband, I'm going to pull the hair partway through to create a little bun, and then I'm going to take the ends sticking out the bottom and divide them into 2 sections. I'm going to wrap these 2 sections in opposite directions around the bun and then tuck the ends back into the hairband underneath the bun. And once the bun is done, I'm going to go back over both of the braids and pull out the edges so the braids are wider and look more full. And then I'm just going to take my scarf and wrap it around the bottom of the bun, tying it once at the top. And then I'm going to wrap the ends back down underneath the bun and tie the scarf once more underneath.